Good afternoon, cupcakes. It is a beautiful day here in Liyue. I hope your day is going wonderfully. I need to get my daily stuff done before we can get started on the fun stuff. And I apologize, but I only very recently got home after a 30-hour journey. My goodness. Oof, oof, oof. So, I guess to start, of course, need to start with the problems that, plague in my car. The clackety clack 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 going on whenever I turn and whatnot. And yeah, so it's I took it to Pep Boys. They said it's the rear differential. Now this is where the journey of it starts, because the dealership, the Ford dealership where I live, were booked out until June. The Ford dealership in the nearest town over that has a Ford dealership were also booked out till June. There's another one out to the east that was booked up for 2 weeks. Hey, Mohammed. And then another one up north that I could have gotten it on the 1st, but if I did that, I would need to take an Uber back, be $100. So instead, I took it all the way over to the next state, $133, and I booked a bus ticket back. And unfortunately, the only buses that they had were going to be hold on. I need to gather my thoughts because my brain is not. Yeah, but how many difficulties come when taking the bus? A lot more. I took the bus for 10 years. Just get a Toyota or a Honda, and you'll have no difficulties whatsoever. By the way, the car is still under warranty, so there's that. So it's a city 133 miles out. The only buses that came back were either early in the morning or late at night. So that wasn't gonna happen. The early in the morning wasn't gonna happen, so I had to pick one that was late at night. Oh gosh. So I ended up spending about 8 hours in that city, mostly taking the bus, a little bit of hanging around the mall. I had a very interesting experience trying to get on a bus that was out of service because it was contaminated. And I might tell you about it later. But, yeah, so I'm on the bus over to where the bus back home will be. You know, I'm on the city bus going that. Now it's still that bus station for the bus to take me back home is still a walk from the bus station where the city bus dropped off.
Let's nip that in the bud. And shroud.
Hold on, let me gather my thoughts. So anyway, as I'm going there, my phone is at 8%. Like an idiot, I did not bring my battery thing with me. And I was having trouble finding, anywhere to charge it. So
I hear everything. Run with the force.
I'm still exhausted from all of that happened, not just yesterday but today too.
You asked for it.
So yeah, my phone was at 8%. Put it into sleep mode, put it in my pocket, and then I pulled it out sometime later and it was dead. Don't know what happened, just went from 8% to dead. And so I asked the bus driver, so there's an Amtrak station right next to where the bus stops, so that's good, right? I asked the bus driver, hey, do they have any places to charge the phone, like a USB outlet? And he's like, oh yeah, they do. They did not. So that was unfortunate. So I asked the guy that works at the Amtrak station where the bus stop is. You know, I didn't tell him that I was going for that bus, but I asked him where the bus stop is. I should point out that I had not had any water to drink since about 2 p.m., and it was about 8 o'clock at this point. No, it was like 7:30 actually. Sorry. Now, it's important that it was like no, it was 8 o'clock. Never mind. So it's important that it was 8 o'clock because originally the bus was supposed to leave at 8:20, but it got delayed until 8:50. So I had almost an hour to get the bus stop. So the guy, he tells me to go under this green bridge, and that'll take me to where I need to go. So I go walking along the street, and there's a point where the street, you know, forks, right? One side of the fork goes under the green bridge and, you know, off to the other side. The other, it stays under the green bridge. And I wasn't even thinking that that could have been what he meant. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but I ended up staying right. I ended up going under the bridge and across the river that must have been, I swear, at a mile wide. This river was ridiculously wide. Wider than any river in the city where I live in, which isn't surprising because I live in a desert. And I'm just thinking, man, Google said that it was a quarter of a mile. There's no way this is a quarter of a mile. Man, Google... I should have realized that was the wrong way. And the thing is, like, I debated, like, trying to flag down one of the many cars and ask them if I was going the right way, but I didn't. And by the time I found out, after asking a couple other people where it was, where the address was, it was too late. I managed to get to a hotel, a very, very fancy, very swanky hotel, which I am definitely, you know, if I ever want to actually go there and spend the night there in that city, I am absolutely staying there. The staff there were just so nice. For the lady at the first lady I talked to, she oh gosh,
Let's nip that in the bud.
she gave me a bottle of water because I didn't, like I told you, like I hadn't drank anything pretty much all day. It was bad. It was very bad. I was not sweating. My body was overheating and I was unable to sweat, which is when the dehydration, that is a really bad sign when it comes to dehydration. My mouth was completely dry. I could produce no saliva whatsoever. I could taste the dehydration. Yeah, that's like, that's bad. So anyway, she gave me a charger, but it was one of those USB-C to Type-C chargers. So I couldn't actually plug my phone into it because I had my charging cord, but it was the USB Type-A for the to plug into the charger, to plug into the adapter. Sorry. So one of the other front desk agents, he went on like such a journey. Like he went all over the place trying to find a charger that I could use. He finally found one. I was so grateful. I was so grateful to both of them. Plugged my phone in. At this point, it was 8:58 p.m. when I was finally able to turn my phone back on. And I see what it says is that the bus was delayed again until 9:03. And it's like, it's just a few blocks away. But I kind of realized once I dashed out of there. But I realized once I got to the corner that there was no way I was going to make it in time. Seriously? This guy right here, and you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to attack the ground. The ground is my true enemy. Anyway, I might have still actually been able to make the bus, because, it might not have, it might have been delayed even further from leaving, but, oh well. So I tried calling my mom. She was asleep. She was sound asleep. Sleeping like a baby. I called my sister, asked for my aunt's phone number, called my aunt. She didn't answer. Texted her. She didn't answer. Which I'll get to that later. So my sister suggests that she put. I talked about taking an Uber back. It would have been $150 to take an Uber back. I would have paid. I would have paid my sister back for that, but she didn't want to do that. Oh gosh. So let me see. She suggested that she put me up in a hotel for the night and then pay for a bus ticket back today. By the way, at this point, right now, I am like completely broke. I have, I think, like $44 to my name, and I need that in order to get back to the city where my car is. So she suggested putting me up in a hotel for the night, which, I, I was in like, so this hotel that, like, I told her, like, I'm at this hotel, and she's like, oh, why don't I put you up there for the night? So an Uber back would have been $150. One night at that hotel, Thursday night, $188. I'm like, that's not happening. If an Uber back to town is not happening, then this hotel stay is not happening. Like, I was looking, there were some in the town that were like $60, $70, somewhere around there. Maybe that would have been possible, but she ended up contacting our cousin and having me stay with her, which I was really iffy about. This cousin, in her past, she's had a lot of problems, and I was kind of nervous. I've been largely avoiding her for the past several years. She came to Thanksgiving dinner, and I did not. I was avoiding her, and I was avoiding her mom. Especially her mom, but, I would have gone if it was just her. I would have just kind of avoided talking with her. But she came to pick me up, and we got to talking, and we ended up talking for, like, 4 or 5 hours at her house. Well, well, her husband yelled various things from the bedroom that I will not repeat. Not like, he wasn't like angry at us for talking. It was that it was jokes between him and her that are not okay to repeat. Anyway, he was mostly trying to sleep, but he was having bits of waking up and saying these things. Anyway, so yeah, we talked for like several hours. She told me all sorts of stories about about our shared grandmother, and it was actually like, it was. I told her that it was the best time I had with spending time with a fellow person on that side of the family. I'm not gonna say my last name, but yeah, my dad's side of the family. I don't really like any of my dad's side of the family, and I don't like most of my mom's side of the family. I just, but yeah, no, she's really been working and getting her life back together. She's been doing art. It was actually really good, really nice, and really pleasant. And I'm hoping, like, I was saying, I go there, I'll stay at that hotel. And when I do go back there, at some point, I definitely want to, like, invite her out to dinner. Her and her husband, because, and not just because, like I'm grateful for them letting me spend the night at their house. It was really nice. Yeah, so that was good. I mean, like, and that's the thing. Like, yeah, it was rough not being able to come home last night, and the journey back was still rough after the fact. but I got to kind of reconnect with this cousin of mine that I had been avoiding for years, and we actually get along really well. And she's great, and so yeah, something good did come out of it. Something really nice, and so at least there's that. That, and I let a girl on the bus borrow my phone. Not actually borrow my phone, because, you know, germophobia. Can't let her touch it. But I put her family on speaker because she didn't have her phone. Her ex-boyfriend had, like, broken her phone. And so I offered to let her call her family on mine, to let her know that she was coming into town, and that was also nice, and that was something that I wouldn't have been able to do if I had caught the bus last night. So, you know, even though I didn't personally benefit from that, it was still something good that happened out of it. I mean, what does it cost me to let her use the speakerphone? You know, like I don't get why anyone wouldn't. I mean, in that situation, so it's not. I don't think of it as something that's nice. I think it is just like, oh hey, she needs to call her family, and she has the number. So, what benefit is it to me to not do it? You know, how does it benefit me to just be like a jerk in that situation? And it doesn't. It's just like, just don't be a jerk, you know? Let's see. All of this time, by the way, I'm still severely dehydrated. I'm like, right now, I can sweat and I can have moisture in my mouth, but I'm still pretty darn dehydrated. My cousin and I stopped on the way, and I was able to get a bottle of water, but that was all I had to drink since then. I mean, so I had 2 bottles of water at the hotel, and then I had a bottle, and then I had like a large bottle, like a 1-liter bottle. I was at my cousin's house, and I definitely needed more than that. So I chugged a liter by the time I got home. Well, 900 milliliters actually, because they do a weird thing with this particular brand. So yeah, I'm still rather dehydrated though. And at this point, like, if I were to try and just like chug water, it'd go to waste. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just have to drink just a little bit more than normally. And yeah. Oh, oof, oof, oof. Oh yeah. I don't know. And I have high blood pressure already. Ooh.
The desert's a tough adversary, but at least it doesn't hide anything.
I think actually drinking too much water can also make your blood pressure go up.
Is entirely up to you.
I can't remember. I had a friend who actually had low blood pressure, but because that's much rarer than high blood pressure, there isn't quite as much medical knowledge on it. Oh boy. Dehydration is not fun. It's not fun. I get really bad dehydration headaches. So oh, something else that was going on this morning. It's dehydration headaches. Oh, and by the way, the bus back this morning was delayed by an hour. But it actually managed to get into town only a half an hour late. So the bus driver made good time. That was good. I think. Oh yeah, no, I could, but I'd have to burn through some fragile resin and then fight this guy on stream in order for us to get Nailu to max ascension this stream. I'm gonna do that between today's stream and tomorrow's stream. Oh, stop! Why would I want to read the sign when I have shiny? I'm blurst. Blurst and perserst. Hold on. I'm gonna look up the lyrics to that, because it's been so long since I heard it. And now that my car is in the shop, I'm just gonna be listening to, like, Powerwolf and things like that. I'm gonna be going back to listening to Crusader metal. Instead of Christian rock. I can see, like, so many video ads here on the site. In the night we can't rest, in the dark we are blessed, and by moonlight we fight for the Father. We are brave to the heart, blood and fire we part, and forever we pray, for we are blessed and possessed. Blessed and possessed. Here, let me... Yeah. So, benedictus et affectus. I am blessed and possessed. But yeah, no, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, people... I am not one of those that it's like, oh yeah, God has a plan. I don't buy into that because it kind of betrays the whole concept of, like, what makes humans unique amongst God's creation. Like, the gift that God gave to humanity, which is our free will. Like, how do you reconcile that with God has a plan? You can't really. So I don't feel like God has a plan kind of thing, but it certainly feels that way sometimes, you know? The whole every cloud has a silver lining stuff, it's... You know, there... I mean, if you've seen How I Met Your Mother, there are a couple episodes that are kind of dedicated to that, where, like, Ted is in, like, his darkest moments, and he doesn't even realize it until afterwards, until he's telling the story to his kids, that it was those darkest moments that led to the greatest dawn. Which is why the official ending is so freaking awful, is because how would that, like... how would that be the greatest dawn if he was supposed to be with Robin, you know? It just... Like, the whole part of that was specifically the mother. You know, not Robin. I don't mind the fact that the mother died. Oh, spoiler for a show that ended like 6 or 7 years ago. And the mother dies at the end. I don't mind that. Right? They foreshadowed it beautifully. There was, you know, these scenes in the last season. And it kind of makes sense, right? It kind of makes sense. Like, this is why he's telling his kids the story, is because, you know, she's dead now, and he wants them to know the story of how he met her.
Thank you for
but it's the whole, like, okay, yeah, his soulmate was actually Robin the whole time. That's what I have a problem with. Oh, I need to do this event. I haven't even touched it. Oh, man. Whew. Yeah, interesting experience. No. I have not played. I played the first like 2 or 3 towns of Earthbound, and I feel like a betrayer to my gamer heritage that I haven't played more. You have to understand, I never had an SNES. I went from NES to Sega Genesis to N64. So all of these SNES classics, and that's the thing, like so many people, the SNES is like the classic console to them. Like it was so important, and that's where like so many of these very important games like really hit their stride, and that's where people have like all this nostalgia is with the SNES or with the Game Boy Advance. Well, I did actually have a Game Boy Advance, but that's aside from the point. The point is that like I never had an SNES. I had an NES, I had a Sega Genesis, I had an N64. So these SNES games that are like legitimately fantastic games. Like I'm not like trying to downplay how fantastic like Earthbound or Chrono Trigger are. I did play Chrono Trigger. I played Chrono Trigger all the way through, got like multiple endings unlocked, which that you know what? For some reason I thought for a while that that Seiken Densetsu 3 was the first RPG that I actually managed to play through fully, but it might have been Chrono Trigger. Can't remember which one I beat first. I mean, I love RPGs, but they take so long. Can you stop attacking the ground? The ground is not your enemy. This guy is. This giant flying mechanical dragon right in front of you. Oh, I had a bounty the other day. It was like, oh yeah, they take it takes additional damage from bow wielding characters. I'm like, oh, that's great. Thinari is my biggest burst DPS. Like, I'm pretty sure Raiden Shogun is my biggest sustained DPS, and Thinari is my biggest burst DPS. So I was like, oh, that's great. And then I saw, oh yeah, by the way, it's immune to Dendro. I was like, really, game? You really had to do that to me? My Daya build right now is nothing. See? It's just random assortment. I am planning actually on getting, let's see. This one right here. Because this one actually looks like it would actually fit Daya better than the Millilith build, the Tenacity of the Millilith one. Now that said, there is that one that like when she heals herself, it like summons a little thing that does like massive damage. That's a meme build. You can AFK her like in a few specific boss battles, but that's it. It's just a meme build, but I mean it's a good meme build. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, I gave her the bell. The bell, my favorite weapon. Yeah, because I mean it increases max HP. That's kind of the thing. That's what you want for Daya. Daya. Oh, and I also have her at C1. You need Mora Mora? Well, that's what these battle passes are for. And I just readjusted my chair, and that was painful. Whew. Oh man, yeah, I walked several miles yesterday. Just first like just getting around town and then just trying to get to the bus stop before it left. So, and the dehydration I'm sure does not help the soreness. Because like my body has not been able to really properly heal because it hasn't had enough water. So, yeah. So that's whew.
Or a bubble rising through water.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough, but it's happened. Oh, going back to what I said though, yeah, like the thing is like I'm not really like one of those that's like, oh yeah, God has a plan, because again, it's like I said, it's kind of like a betrayal of the the gift that was given to humanity that Lucifer fell because like he didn't have that gift, and I really need to do these interlude chapters, get those free draws. Okay, let me see. Where is? Is it seriously what? No, that's. Oh. Wait, these are. No, those are the Aranara. Which we need to do. Golden Slumber? What is it called? What is it called? Oh, Kvarena of Good and Evil. There we go. Um, but at the same time, it's very hard for me to say that like God doesn't have a plan, because it does seem a lot like, when something bad happens, then something good happens too. Like, I mean, my Versa, right? The transmission on that broke. If that didn't happen, then I would still be driving that Versa. I would still be doing food delivery. I wouldn't have my EcoSport, and thus I wouldn't be able to be doing rideshare. Um, so I'd be completely broke right now. I'd be screwed, completely screwed right now. Since food delivery has kind of like died significantly, and I like it more. And the EcoSport, it's a lot more comfortable. Um, and if and just all this kind of stuff, it I've done most of the chasm quest.
No going off on your own.
That's almost done.
Prisoners.
Wait, the chasm quest. Hold on, are you talking about like the fungus, the giant fungus thing? Let me see. Perilous Trail. Oh. Oh, that's right. With the lady, the bow lady, the bow assassin spy lady. Interesting. Interesting. I think I've got this. Oh, now that is actually really interesting. Why not? Why couldn't I deploy there? I feel cheated. I've been cheated, I've been lied to. You don't own me. I'll change it. Come on. I'm trying to get some fine movements going. Well, yeah, because you like the bow lady. What? I had time still! And that should have lowered the water, right? Yes. Yes! And we'll see where they are this time. Use special for the... What? Okay. Yes. Is it just the one from before? The one from before doesn't seem... Oh, there. Oops. That was an accident. I meant to go down. Hmm. Alright. And then... do this. Okay. Smart. I'm guessing there's probably like hidden chests and whatnot in here, aren't there? If not, I'm gonna be severely disappointed. I'll just miss them and come back for them later. Alright. So that's one. And then do I also need to... No, I don't. Yeah. I don't need to do anything with that. Of course I didn't unlock that one. Make teleport.
Sun's out, guns out.
All right, so I think once we get done with this quest, we're gonna work on Perilous Trail, or rather, the quest that we need to do Perilous Trail, and then we're gonna do Perilous Trail. So what is this puzzle? Pray tell. Oh, and for extra funsies, I have not actually heard back from the dealership about my car. Craven, but do not fret. With me to shield you, simple thunder is nothing to fear. Hey! Paimon's not afraid!
Go.
Can't see? Keep up. I hear everything.
Let's get it on. Ha!
One with the force.
Murder time. Do you know what time it is? It's my favorite time. It's murder time! M-U-R-D-E-R. Why? Because I gotta.
Look alive! You asked for it. Shine down!
Let's nip that in the bud. And shroud.
Torn to oblivion! There is no escape!
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you about the interesting thing that happened while I was going for the bus. I was taking the bus to the mall. It was a direct shot to the mall. It was gonna take an hour, but, you know, hey, it was all the way across town, so it makes sense for it to take an hour to go to the mall. But I noticed that I probably wasn't gonna make the next bus. I was gonna have to wait for like a half an hour, but I decided to get out there early, you know, just in case. I get out there, and I'm like 15 minutes early, and the bus is already there, and I'm like, oh, was it late getting here, and it's only getting here now, or was I lucky, and it got here early? I can just get on the bus. So I go to the bus driver, and he's like, oh, bus is out of service. So, okay, I gotta wait for the next one, right? And after a couple minutes, I'm like, hey, can I wait for the next bus on this bus? And he says to me that the bus is contaminated. Wait, how does this go? Oh, that's right. We gotta do these in a specific order, I'm guessing, right? Okay, never mind. I'm wondering, contaminated, what the heck does that mean? Well, I can hear, like, some people talking on the bus, and it sounds like there was a fight, so I thought, oh, it's contaminated because, like, somebody got punched and broke the skin or whatever. And then this guy comes up from the opposite way of where I was, and he is carrying a water bottle. He steps onto the bus and, gets booted off basically immediately. And this girl comes out, and she takes the water bottle and she starts pouring it all over her face. And I realize, oh, I know what happened here. And sure enough, it confirms it. These two girls jumped her, and apparently, according to her, she was winning. I don't know if that was actually true, but and that was the reason why they ended up pepper spraying her. And you kind of feel bad for her, right? Except that if you were there after the police officer arrived and the firemen arrived, you would start to feel less bad for her and start to think, yeah, I can kind of see why someone would jump her. I can kind of understand why they jumped her. Okay, yeah, she was in pain. But the things she said were not like, oh, she's in pain. It's like, I guess she thought that they had the power to just snap their fingers and instantly everything would be better, and they just weren't because they didn't like her. Like, that's the kind of attitude that she had about it. And, at one point, the police officer who had gotten there first, and she yelled at him for getting there first because she wanted an ambulance to get there first. She wanted an ambulance, and it's like, she wanted paramedics, and it's like, well, is it his fault that he was faster than the paramedics? Like, what the heck? It's just very, very rude of her. Anyway, which again, yeah, she was in pain, but that doesn't excuse that part of it. But anyway, yeah, so he was giving her instructions so that the firemen, it was not actually paramedics, it was firemen, could help her out. And she was absolutely refusing to listen. She told him, listen, I know you're trying to help, but can you shut up because your voice is really annoying right now. Like, I'm sorry, what? Do you want the pain to go away or not? Like, it's unbelievable. That's ridiculous. So yeah, you can kind of see why some of the girls at her school would jump her, because that was apparently what it was. And that kind of mentality, like this whole like, oh, they can snap their finger. And this is the thing, like it's subconscious. Okay, the subconscious is really, really stupid, and it will tell the brain really stupid things, and we'll trust the conclusions that the subconscious comes to, because we don't even think about what it is. But like this kind of attitude where it's like they can snap their fingers and make me better, they just aren't, out of meanness. It infests the mind, even if she doesn't consciously think that, even if like that doesn't enter her conscious thought. It still affects their perception of people. Light up all the... Oh, okay. Where are all the bright flame altars? I don't know where all the bright flame altars are. I know where that one is. Are the other ones over this way? I am very confused. There's 7 and I have found 1. Okay, there's 2 now. There's 3.
Faster? Okay, faster.
There's 4. I don't think I'm going to get it the first time around, but I'm going to try and get as many as I can, and then that should make the next attempt easier. Oh, and there's 6. I don't see those torches around here, so it's not over here. Wait, what? 7. What? How did I get that the first time? That is really generous. That is really, really generous. And I also got Long John Silver's. I don't know if... So there's... In my city, the last Long John Silver's in business closed down, like a year and a half ago. And, but in that city, there is still a Long John Silver's that is operational. And so I got to eat at Long John Silver's, yesterday. Long John Silver's is as greasy as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Faster? Okay.
And I also got to eat at Sparrow's, which actually it's gotten better. It's gotten better than what I remember. The crust does not taste nearly as much like cardboard as last time I was there. Let's see. Next, we just need to put the Kori drums back in their original places before performing the piece according to the scores on the stone walls, right? Rashnu will definitely be happy to answer us when she hears her favorite music. Do excuse my presumption, but the ritual that bound the order of skeptics to the party is one of great sacrifice. I think that it would only be proper order of skeptics regulation if it's Vijnanapati, that is to say myself, were to preside over it. Eh? But we were the ones who got all of the 5 Kori drums. Key drums. Even if you are Lady Sorish's Yasnapati, I believe this is to be out of line. Or should I call... Yeah. Or should I call this prideful presumption upon her favor? Prideful presumption upon her favor. Lady Sorish is Kvarena's envoy. She might have behaved more amicably to the two of you on account of your aid in fulfilling her destined mission. Yet this is but a manifestation of her virtue, not any credit of yours. Do not forget your place. Give praise and stand in awe of her every action, as you should. That's what you say. But even though Sorish always acts all high and mighty, Paimon doesn't think she's all that great. Or that distant from us. That does not sound like something that shall be written in a hymn of praise. Well, I'd say it's praise enough by Paimon's standards. Well, what about you then, Rainman? Do you want to play the Cory drums and awaken the familiar of Barsum for me? Now Sejuna can do it. Being a bystander's alright sometimes. Ah, a sensible person, I see. After all, such an important ritual should indeed be left in the hands of one who understands our traditions the most, and who occupies a most suitable position. Silence! I did tell you before about that a pari's word is final. Doubt not my judgment. As you will. As you will. Rainman, I propose to give you, and no one else, this honorable task. Do you accept? You need not speak in such a winding manner. That's right! If you want to ask Rainman for help, just say, I'll leave it to you, or something. No need for all this weird talk. This is not weird talk. These are words that befit a pari's stature. Well then, I shall take that as your acquiescence. I mean, I really would just prefer that this guy would do it so I don't have to, like, follow the beat. You know, like, oh, this symbol means this in this position, and so I play the disk drum, and all that kind of stuff. Well, if you say so, Sorish, then leave this to us. Just relax, Nasajuna. We know the Cory drums are very important. Rainman's not going to ruin them or anything. Are you sure about that? Yeah, this is the thing, is like, it should be... hit them according to a specific method to cause the elemental power with it. Sound. Okay.
Faster? Okay, faster.
Rupa. We're not going to ruin them or anything, and then immediately it starts hitting a drum with my sword. Oh, goodness. Alright. And so what is this supposed to mean again? I think like, what, half, full? Uh-huh. Oh, okay, I see. Oh. JJ! I think that was considered a... JJ, can you not double attack? Okay. I'm about to lose my mind. Y'all about to make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all about to make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. Gonna make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Sacred Sakura, Onibudo, Mia, Viceroy of East. Renzo's letter. Oh, okay. Pause, light, and heavy. Thirdly, the order of reading. Yeah. Unable to be determined. Empty, half full, and full. Musical notes refer to 3 types. Huh. No, that's Rupa. All these should be helpful, at least. Pause that, and then... Wait, what? I guess that's full. So that's half, half, half. And then full. Right? Am I crazy? You crazy? Half, full, pause, full. Half, pause, half, full. Hola, mi quema. That's so weird because it gives challenge failed after. Okay, so it gives challenge failed after the first. Maybe it's. Hold on, I was trying to hold it. How do I start out with a heavy? It seemed like it passed after the first one. These are all half full, right? I mean, that looks like it's supposed to be... Like, maybe it's connected? So maybe there's something special about that? It's really... Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. Maybe... Do I need... Maybe I need to pull out Dea for this. No? Oh. What? Okay. That was not gonna work. Wait, I think I know. I think I know. Let me try that again. Really? Okay. Try it this way. Yeah. Getting a heavy attack in is gonna be troublesome. Maybe it's like that. No. Dang it! I think I know what to do. It's just the execution is very difficult. It's very difficult to not attack it afterwards. So no, that's not it either. Okay. I gotta know. I gotta know how to do this. I'm looking it up. Oh, a plunging attack. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, see, I hit it too early. There we go. Okay. That was... I don't know why it would be a plunging attack instead of a power attack. Oops. I don't know. Okay, so normal, plunging, wait, plunging. Can you... Oh, I see. I see what... Do you see, like, the animo stuff surrounding? So yeah, if we jump, then we can do a plunging attack without... Wait, was that right? Yeah, that was right. I guess that was the hint. Yeah, exactly. I thought it was a heavy attack too. That seems like it would make the most sense. And this is the same as the other one. Same as the fire one. But the animo swirls around the character kind of make it make a little bit more sense as to why it would be a plunging attack. Okay, regular attack, pause, regular attack, plunging. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Regular weight, regular plunging. So there's like 2 different patterns. That's it. Okay. I'm sorry for that taking so long. Ah, Barsum's familiar has answered our call. She must be Rashnu. Don't you think she seems kind of tired, though? Looks like we might need to help her out somehow. This is Rashnu indeed, but... Perhaps we could have a nice meal? That's right, grub! Meat, veggies, sweet, salty... Ooh, what should we get? Actually, hang on, do Pari enjoy human food at all? Perhaps a repeat performance might do? So noisy... So sleepy. Paimon kind of thought this might go differently. You know, like a moving reunion after many years. Not gonna happen? You're Sorish. I recognize you. She's got a little heart there. And a bigger heart there. She's just all hearts, isn't she? I mean, even these could be seen as lopsided hearts. That's right. This is my Yasnapati, Rain Man, and his companion, Paimon. And that is Nasuraya of the Order of Skeptics. The Skeptics. Yasnapati. I do not wish to know about these human affairs. Humans and their drums are so noisy. I threw them into different places so I could sleep in peace. Oh, the scent of lies. Wait, so this was all a misunderstanding? That's one huge misunderstanding, wouldn't you say? Even Paimon doesn't do that. How? But our documents recorded this so very clearly. Nor did Lady Sora say anything against this. You must have slumbered for too long here, for Rashnu, muddling your memory of these affairs. Surely the scattering of the Korribants was meant to select those who might clear the trials, with those who could not solve such a problem proving unfit to call themselves Yasnapati. For how would they aid me in my great work of extinguishing the sign of Apawasha? Sign... I'm so tired. This is not the time to sleep. Yes, you see, Rain Man truly deserves the title of Yasnapati. He has helped me immensely, but his help alone is not enough. Rashnu, I need yours as well. I get it. It was Zervan who... She, too, approves of me, of course. All right, Rashnu, will you come with me to the Vorukasha Oasis? Well, it's not impossible. Barsum's familiar. Please wait. I have many queries regarding the skeptics' traditions. Human business. Later, perhaps. I can talk later. Perhaps after I sleep for a bit. Maybe then. Nasuraya, do you not have other things to attend to? We can save your business with Rashnu for another day. Yes, I will return to camp to accomplish that which I should. You know, Paimon feels kind of bad for Nasajuna right now. I'm afraid this isn't something we can butt into. Yeah, Nasajuna and Sorish have known each other for a long time. They can settle this stuff between them, can't they? Whatever the case, if you'll come with us to the Vorukasha Oasis, Rashnu, Sorish will be one step closer to getting the chaplet. Together... now? Meet there again later. Let's go together. Going together with humans? Alright. Oh yeah, by the way, I was just thinking about the situation with the lady who got pepper sprayed. Here's the thing. Well, the girl that got pepper sprayed. Anyway, one of the other things is like the firefighters, they were trying to explain to her to not rub, because what she was doing was she was pouring the water on her face, over her eyes and whatnot, and then she was rubbing it. Which, if you know anything about pepper spray, you do not do that. And so they were trying to explain that to her, and she was just, telling them to shut up. It's all over my face already. And it's like, that's not the issue. My goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, if it isn't Sorish and her Yasnapati. Even Paimon's here. Hey, what do you mean even? That's offensive. Looks on your faces, you found something interesting, haven't you? Paimon's not sure if interesting is the right word. Tell Zervin about the Ravashi tree. It's like, these people are helping you, and you're just like throwing it in their face, and you're not actually getting the help that you wanted because you're not listening to them. And it's just stupid. Just plain and simple. Just utterly stupid. I see. Now, where should I begin? What you just described is indeed a Fravashi tree that a Pari has transformed into. But as for what resides within such trees, I believe it is more accurate to call them fragmented memories than residual Pari. It is quite akin, in fact, to that plume of purifying light you obtain, which contains memories that cannot return to the earth. Cannot return to the earth. We are born from the Vorukasha Oasis, and we shall return there eventually. The god safeguarding this place is rejected by the time flowing throughout this land, and so are we. That said, this is also what we wish for. After all, it is our purpose to keep the defilement from flowering into the land along with us. And in the Amrita pool, we get to wash off whatever filthiness that once tainted us. By offering that plume of purifying light to the Amrita pool, you will enable the Pari to return to the Vorukasha Oasis once again. That means we did a good deed this time, right? You grow ever so haughty, pale floater, as if this were not all thanks to my great power. Well, you're pretty amazing too, Sorish. That's more like it, though I need no compliments from you so long as my Yasnapati is present. Speaking of Yasnapati, now that you've more or less accepted this title, that indeed makes you the perfect candidate for this ritual. In ancient times, the human warriors who walked with Pari would hold a ritual purification for the Pari scattered in the desert, so as to bring them back to the Vorukasha Oasis. And those who have established a special bond with the Pari have been addressed by Yasnapati ever since. Huh? That's entirely different from what Sorish told us. Is that so? Well, she was bound to get something right by luck eventually. As for you, Yasnapati, you now shoulder the responsibility to help the Pari that have yet to return. If you encounter other Fravashi trees, please bring the plumes of purifying light they have formed back to the Vorukasha Oasis. Don't worry, we'd help even if you didn't ask. Now we can actually continue with the quest we were originally trying to do. Sorry about that, I had to blow my nose. Well now, if it isn't Sorish and her Yasna party. You sure did come back quickly. And while this might sound rude, you have exceeded my expectations. Whether it be foolish miHoYo or ignorant rational, I have personally saved them and brought them back to our sea of flowers. You will see me in a different light now, I trust, Elder. Paimon thinks it's more accurate to say that we saved them together. Paimon put in tons of work, too. You speak too much. I was planning to elevate you two to the position of my Yasna. You two to the position of my Yasna party. But if you will... You speak too much. I was planning to elevate you two to the position of my Yasna party. But if you'll be so petty, pale floater, it seems I must reconsider my decision. Whoa, actually, never mind. Whoa, actually, never mind. Who wants to be your Yasna party anyway? That was way off, I'm sorry. Now, it may seem strange to say so, but I believe myself and my Yasna party to be of the same root and stem, indivisible. And just as the heroes of legend should have many helpers, my Yasna party's work shall also count for my glory. It also goes without saying that a party who shall do such a supreme deed as I will not peddle in the foolishness that is stealing another's credit. Therefore, Yasna party mine, feel free to add your deeds to the hymn, for thus shall my great deed seem all the greater for it. By your leave, your grace. Well, stop it with the silly roleplay already. But it's a role-playing game! Man, I miss role-playing in EverQuest. That was a good game. That was a good game for role-playing. Not enough people did it. That's right, we're quite used to you talking like this, Sorish, but Zervin's right over there looking at us like we're a bunch of idiots. Then let us not speak of things unrelated. Just as we agreed before, Elder, you can give me the twin horn chaplet now, yes? Well, we did, but I can't give you the chaplet. Wait, are you going back on your word? Now, the chaplet is a symbol of Kvarena's recognition. How could it be given away based on private whims? Amidst the countless motes of Kvarena created by the transformed divine bird, only we Pari have been blessed with intelligence. It is thus that we are able to communicate with the remaining consciousness within the mother tree, and guide the power of Kvarena. But not all Pari may possess such authority. Only the Bloom Guards, those who prove worthy successors to the Divine Bird's aspirations, and have the courage to see that wish through, may gain the chaplet, the crown that contains wisdom. Come then, pray along with me to the invincible Kvarena. If you have been acknowledged, then our God will grant you the chaplet herself. Okay. Excuse me. Water drinking ASMR. What? So now the Sorish is unequipped because she got the chaplet. Okay. Traverses the land blessed by Kvarena alongside her Yasna body. Ooh, so the chaplet that grows out of... So the chaplet just grows out of your head? Well, this didn't go as we thought. I guess you've got your twin horn chaplet now, Sorish. You look much more reliable than before. Haha, of course. I am the destined Bloom Guard, after all. Now I need only offer myself as a sacrifice to extinguish the sign of Apausha. And there you go, ruining our impression of you right away. But since you got the chaplet, Sorish, now we can go find that great song of Kvarena thing, right? Paimon remembers Nasa Juna saying that We'll need to collect enough of these great songs if we want to perform that rite of his, and then we can pass through the darkness. But who knows if his words can be relied on or not? This is the rite of Chinvat. Now, is this Nasajuna you speak of the Order of Skeptics? To think that any human remembers that rite. I thought that it had been lost. I did once travel along human heroes to cross the darkness through the rite and cleanse the impurities tainting the mother tree. Hey, it looks like he wasn't mistaken then. But when that happened, I was the one who personally used the Kvarena to repair the seal that held the darkness at bay. Later, I was the one who fused the strongest Kvarena collected there into the 5 great songs, which I used to purify the land. Skeptics should not have knowledge of the great songs' existence if they relied merely on their traditional records. Maybe Nasajuna is just that interested in researching documents? Maybe there are some documents he found elsewhere that you don't know about, Zervan. That would make him all the more suspicious. As I understand it, there are indeed others who would be interested in the great songs. All the same, with you there, I believe such small matters should be no obstacle. In any case, Sorge has only just obtained the chaplet and cannot collect enough Kvarena. If we wish to conduct the rite of Chinvat now, we will need the power of the great songs. At that time, after I first scattered the monsters that had invaded our sea of flowers, the great songs were scattered across the lands. Only one was hidden by me within the waters of Sunyata Lake here, kept away for a future time of need. Now that Sorish has obtained the authority to touch the great songs, you can first go to obtain this one. As for the rest, you shall have to seek them out yourself. Safeguard them well. Do not let them fall into the hands of suspicious people. I would also ask that you take care of Sorish for me. Though she may have obtained the acknowledgement of Kavarena, I fear that wisdom and intelligence have never been prerequisites for becoming a Bloom Guard. I think I'm going to take my break now. And it's going to be a bit of a longer one just because I need to make some tea. Oh boy, am I still tired. So, is there a game soundtrack you'd like to listen to? Not whatchamacallit, Okami, because we did that last time. I'm not saying it was a bad soundtrack. I'm just saying that we did that last time, so let's do a different one this time. Okay. We will do that. Alright. Yep, that's all set up. And here we go. I really need to add that tea drinking gif to this break screen, because I really do love it. Oh, man. I don't know where it is, though. It's somewhere, but anyway, yeah, the water took a lot longer to filter than I thought it was going to, which is probably a sign that I need to change the filter soon. But we'll see, it could just be like water or air trapped in there. That happens sometimes. I figured I'd come back while I wait for the tea to brew and hang out a bit. Open the window to get some fresh air, so there's probably going to be some background noise going on. I'll tell you, it's ridiculous the amount of green that I saw in that city, and on the way there and on the way back. There's just so much green, which is so unusual for me because I live in a desert. And so they're being like just like green around. Like right now I'm looking out my window at an empty lot and there's like little patches of green like that can survive in the desert, and then just like a whole ton of just yellow dead grass that you know, when the rain was falling, when the snow was falling, you know, it melted, it got the soil wet, but we haven't had any precipitation for over a month now, and so it's just it's dying. Like there hasn't been a lot of precipitation over there, so there is some yellowing of grass, but not nearly to this extent. And then it's just like there's trees just everywhere. Like I'm looking out, there's an empty lot and there's a rock climbing place across the empty lot. There's 2 trees. The rock climbing place has planted 2 trees and some shrubbery. And yeah, that's just nowhere near as much per square mile. Nowhere near as many trees per square mile as the city that I went to get my car fixed. Now what we do have here is actually a lot of cherry trees, so it's actually really pretty right now. As I was taking the bus back from where the inner city bus dropped off as I was taking the city bus back to my apartment, I noticed that some of the cherry trees have started to the petals have started to fall, which is kind of like the perfect time for cherry blossom viewing. Oh, that ended because it took longer than I thought. So let's go back to. Actually, here, let me go back to the beginning, because I tried to start it a bit towards the middle. I actually rolled a random number based on the length of the video, and yeah, it was... I think my tea's almost done, so I'm gonna get it and then come back. Just visiting a bit, and then we'll start the stream again soon. Alright, back. Let's go ahead and pause that. So, I figure, while I'm telling stories about my grandparents, I might as well tell you about how they met. And, pretty simple, right? They met at a wedding. Now you may think that's pretty generic. Why am I telling you this? Oh, because it gets so much more interesting. You see, my grandparents... My grandfather at the time was 18. My grandmother was 16. And, both of them liked to drink. A lot. And so they got smashed. You might think you know where this is going, but oh no, it's going someplace even more ridiculous than you realize. Because you see, at this wedding, I can't remember if it was the bride or the groom, I think it was actually both, did not show up to the wedding. And so everybody's a little tipsy, but my grandfather and grandmother are completely smashed, and so they say, hey, I mean, everybody's here, the wedding's already here, it would be kind of a shame to waste it. I have an idea, let's get married. Just met, by the way. And so they did. The next morning, after my grandfather sobered up, he went to his father because he was trying to get the marriage annulled, and his father beat his butt and said, no, you made the commitment, doesn't matter that you were drunk, you are going to see this through. And they did. They stayed married. I can't remember exactly
My people are used
what it was. But yeah, it was almost 50 years until my grandmother died.
of their own.
And I don't have a lot of memories of her because she died when I was pretty darn young. I would have been something like 8, I think, and we didn't visit much before then. So yeah, higher, what? Oh, okay. That's anyway. But that was kind of one of the things that was kind of nice about visiting with my cousin last night was that I got to hear a lot of stories. And so normally you would think like, okay, they got so drunk that they thought getting married would be a good idea. Maybe it's time to, cut back on the alcohol. No, absolutely not. Let's get through this scene and I'll tell you more. Whoa, something weird came out from the lake. Is that a great song of Kvarena? It looks kind of cute, actually. It's a lot bigger than all the Kvarena we've seen previously. Maybe we could just call it Great Kvarena for short. I didn't think something this cute could be this good at cleansing the impurities, though. Well, Soros is much the same. We've got another powerful cutie on our side here, don't we? Yes, leave it vague. Pleasing to the ear, those words are not. But I shall take it that you praise my majesty nonetheless. Or, in her native language, meet, 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 meet. The great songs of Kvarena are the physical manifestation of Kvarena's might, collected and fused by the first Pari within the flowery sea used to cleanse the land of impurity. The power of Kvarena carries a barrier in its area. Only a Pari with the twin-horned chaplet can touch them. Sorush, with the chaplet, may use her power to collect them. Okay, but why? Like, is this not just busy work? Is there gonna be a puzzle? Well, that's one great Kvarena down. Next, we just... wait a moment. We don't know where the rest are, do we? No need to fret. I have already commanded Nasuraya regarding this matter. He already knows where the other 4 may be found. We need only have him guide us. Well, do you doubt my judgment? Well, Paimon just thinks that Nasujuna's documents aren't all that reliable. This is different from the matter of the drums. The location of the great songs of Kvarena were not found by consultation of the skeptic's tradition, but through Nasuraya's own painstaking studies. Apart from the ones locked within the ruins, I have personally checked the rest. There will be no errors. This seems like it's building up to like some huge twist with Nasuraina. or whatever his name is. Be assured, pale floater, I am the destined Bloomguard now. Would I make such mistakes? Alright then. Paimon's not very assured, mind you. We can always go ask Nasajuna first and stuff. Didn't he say he'd meet us at the camp? Such considerations are unnecessary. Yours is to simply follow me and record mine accomplishments. Alright, so, next story has to do with, the fact that my grandmother, on my dad's side, and her daughter, my only aunt on my dad's side, were,
No going off on your own. The desert doesn't take.
we're going through, I think it was Arkansas, in order, to visit some family there. But they got lost along the way. And, ended up having to stop for directions. So, my aunt gets out, goes up to the door and knocks on it. And the guy there does not take too kindly to strange visitors. So he comes out, guns blazing. Literally. He was shooting at her as she was running back to the car. And my grandmother, who was drunk off her keister, could not stop laughing at her only daughter being shot at. Yeah! Yeah! Oh my goodness. Lady Sorish, your present form is most astounding indeed. Gazing upon your mighty form, I know in my heart that you must have been crowned the Bloomguard of the party, acknowledged by all. Startle not, human. This was my calling from the beginning. Of course. Such majesty is only to be expected of the honored envoy, one who shall obtain the great songs of Kvarena and extinguish the sign of Apawasha. Indeed, your words are most suited to be inscribed in the hymns that shall be written in mine honor. Huh. Nasajuna is still his usual self. Paimon's not sure how to feel about this. Ah yes, Yasnapati, Paimon, you too deserve thanks in this matter. Though your endeavors are not but the afterglow of the envoy's mighty works. Yeah, see, this is making me even more suspicious of him, because he's constantly, like, sucking up to her and, like, doing the praising thing, which, generally, if people praise you for being perfect and flawless, it's not because you're perfect and flawless, it's not because they see you that way, it's because they want something out of you. So, yeah. Trying to get a better angle for the hat. And it also has a heart. Meep, 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 meep. Your labor in Lady Sorcerer's successful obtaining of her crown shall not be voided. That's not how it went, buddy. We'll just take this as your way of saying thanks. Haha. Our mission now is to search for the great songs of Kvarena, and the long-awaited rite may then be performed. Speaking of the great songs, they are inextricably linked to the destiny of us skeptics. Is it story time again? Hang on a second. Servant said that. It said that... That's right, didn't Servant say that you guys shouldn't know about the great song's existence? Yes, it is indeed true that the ancient rites have stopped being passed down through our order. If I had relied solely on our traditions, I suspect that even the rite of Chinvat might still be shrouded in mystery. But I gained access to a large batch of long-lost documents from a very learned scholar. That was where I learned about the great songs. Those documents recorded a great number of things that the traditional hymns of our order have never written of. It also inspired in me the desire to reform our order. That doesn't really help, you know. Your traditions are already pretty suspect. How are we supposed to trust these documents, then? They might have come out of nowhere, for all we know. Enough. These sideshows are not fit to be written into my songs. If you so wish to tell truth from falsehood, then let us go and see for ourselves, rather than quibble here. Yes, thank you. That, could have been established like 10 lines of dialogue ago. Why, if I do not offer myself up as a sacrifice to save this land soon, those who come after may read these texts and suspect that I was the spirit of laxity. No, no, how could that be? I do not believe any would hold to such contemptuous thoughts. Hyman thinks that you just want us to hurry up and collect these great Kvarena, Soresh. Wait, since when did Paimon become your translator? To think that you, pale floater, should understand my thoughts best. Since it is your command, great envoy, allow me to lead the way. It seems that you have obtained one of the great songs. It is just as well, then, that I have discovered the locations of the remaining 4. Although I have not been to those underground ruins myself, I am familiar with them as I am with this camp. It seems like an overstatement, but alright. Haha. Well, the great songs are items that I do desire to win, especially after all that effort. Well, let's not speak of unrelated matters. Come with me, everyone. Alright. So, there's another funny story about my grandmother. So there was a house that they had, and, in the master bedroom, there was this giant thing of some giant white thing, just like a melty puddle thing, that was stuck to the ground, that was stuck to the carpet. And they had covered it up with a rag. I'm actually debating whether or not I should tell you what it actually was before I tell you, like, what they were told. What they told the kids it was, or whether I should tell you what they told the kids it was, and then tell you what it actually was. I guess I'm gonna go with what they told the kids. So what they told the kids was that there was a ghost in the house, and Grandma shot it, and that was the ghost's corpse. That was the ghost's dead body. Was the melty white stuff that was attached to the carpet. What it actually was that one time my grandmother, very drunk, decided that the best way to dispose of a cigarette was to throw it in the master bedroom trash can. A white plastic trash can. And yes, it caught on fire, and it melted into the carpet. Amrita's power, and after Soresh gains the Twin Horn Chaplet, she can use its power to temporarily dispel them. Hold Soresh's interact field to cause her to stop in place, which should make it easier to progress. Ooh, 20 primos. Nice. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Do have 1 or 2 of these wishes? 1. Singular sensation, every little step she takes. Guess I gotta up my singing if I'm gonna summon Mona. 1. Thrilling combination, every move that she makes. 1 smile and suddenly nobody else will do. You know you'll never be lonely with you know who. 1 moment in her presence, and you can forget the rest. For the girl who's second best, to none. Ooh, ooh, sigh. Give your attention to. I really have to mention she's the one. Yeah, I forget how that goes. Not Crusader metal, so I don't care. In the name of God. In the name of God. In the name of God, we go to heaven. In the name of God. In the name of God. In the name of God, we go to heaven. Martyrs in the name of God. We're knights in war and fire. Raise your sword for holy blood. We burn them on the pyre to defend, to commend to the holy war. Martyr Maria, to the end we will stand. We are fighting for Deus in Regnum. In the name of God. In the name of God. Alright. What do you say? Should we help Playtime kill some stuff? I think we should.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
So for holy blood, we burn them on the pyre. Defend to commend to the holy war. Mater Maria, to the end we'll stand. We are fighting for Deus in Regnum. Okay, let's go murder some things with Playtime, and then we'll resume the quest. Let's see. I'm gonna sing some more Powerwolf. What? What? What happened here?
Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
The heck happened here? Make sure to get the shinies. I've got more than enough chaos devices and chaos circuits to last me a lifetime. Did you need help with anything else? Get the shinies! Do you need help seeing what the shinies are? Because they're right here. Knowing what a Where are you going? They're shinies! Get the shinies. Come here. Oh, that's right, you can't. You're not in the stream.
What's the hurry?
Okay, I'm gonna sit here singing Armata Strigoi. Well, wait. We are the God. I don't remember how this particular part goes. We are the sons of God and sorrow, the ones who see no tomorrow. Suck up, Armata Strigoi. Armata Strigoi. We are the sons of God. It's been a long time.
Keep up.
Get the shinies.
You were such a slut.
Get the shinies. Get the shinies. I have more than enough chaos devices and chaos circuits to last me a lifetime. Get the shinies. These shinies? Okay. So what else do you need some help with? Need some help with this puzzle? I know it's really complex. You gotta like light this one on fire, and you also have to light this one on fire. I thought that only one person could get the drops. I am confused. Ooh, that was a nice praise. Oh my goodness. Feels nice and cool. My overheated skin. Pyro torch, pyro torch. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Pyro torch, pyro torch. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I found the other one. Oh, I already found it. Okay, this is my chest. Aww.
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Pyro torch, pyro torch. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Pyro torch, pyro torch. Light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. Alright. Anything else you need help with? Ooh. You got a Geoculus you haven't gotten yet. Right over there. I sold a Qingjin, by the way. Just like, I didn't even think about it! I just hit F by instinct. This is what Genshin has done to me. I look at trees and think, oh yeah, I need to get close and hit my Z so I can harvest the wood with my boon of the elder tree. Okay. It's worse than MGS5. Ooh, you got a chest here. There's a chest. There's a chest in a Geoculus. Get the chest. The chest. Where are you? Oh, and there's a challenge. Chest there. Challenge there. Geoculus there. Remember after Metal Gear Solid 5, I would see shipping containers and I would want to Fulton them. And I mean shipping containers in real life. No, why? Why do I gotta come to you? You need help with this ruin guard over here? This ruin hunter, I think it's called.
Race you.
Wait.
There you are, eavesdropper. Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Maybe I don't want to now. Maybe because you made me come all the way out here. I don't want to. So there's a chest, an archery challenge, and a Geoculus. Let me see if I can remember where the chest was. I'm an old man. My mind is not what it once was. Oh yeah, it is up there. Right here. That's the chest. Archery challenge there. And Geoculus, I think you already got it just now. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I see you're doing the archery challenge. Sort of. Really? Do you need some help? Do you need someone to do this for you? Okay. Very good. I'm gonna go back to doing the main quest. Alright? You have fun.
Yeah. Even a mist flower would melt in this heat.
Alright.
Now that I think about it, it wouldn't. But you get what I mean.
Alright, see you playtime. Sleep. Sleep! Yes, I dream of being able to sleep. Wait. You say that I am free. How can it be? So nothing's ever going wrong, right? Never damn gonna be smiling. Turn my water into good wine. And let the good times flow.
Sun's out, guns out.
What if you know something I don't? What if you will something I won't? If you don't give me what I want, but you give me what I need, is that enough for me to believe, 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 believe in your love? Believe, 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 believe in your love. Believe, 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 believe in your love. Behold, the moment of destiny is at hand. This is just a normal mechanical door. Oh my goodness, is that gonna be the dealership finally? Nope. Nope, the dealership still has not contacted me about what's going on with my car. And the warranty situation. I mean to say that as long as we open this mechanical door, we will gain access to the ruins. Haha, this is my first time entering a Darian ruin, you know. Is it so surprising that I might be excited? Ugh. My goodness. Eh? You sounded so confident earlier that Paimon thought you must have explored loads of ruins. Ah, well, I can't claim to have personally explored them. With this copy of Renee's investigation notes, written as it is by an excellent scholar of ancient histories, it's as though I were there in the flesh. Renee's investigation notes? My brain. Have you never heard of it? I thought that only one sequestered in a distant desert such as I would not have heard of such a brilliant scholar. These notes contain a lot of records left by the people of Dari. According to the author, he once discovered knowledge that surpasses mortals in these ruins. This sounds harder to believe by the moment. Leaving that aside for the moment, now that we have these notes, entering these Darian ruins should be a simple matter. If you don't believe me, let's test this. For example, if we'd like to open this device... Oh, there we go. Turn the gears such that all three types of runes are displayed. Ensure that the square rune is connected to the triangle rune at the bottom without changing said triangle. Simply do as I instruct, and we shall be fine. Alright. This is kind of like... What? We need to... Oh, okay.
The
Wait.
desert's a tough adversary, but at
Oops.
least it doesn't
Hold
hide
on.
anything. What you see is what you get, and whether you take on the challenge is entirely up to you.
For some reason, I was thinking there was a circle. Huh. Looks like your knowledge finally came in handy, Nasajuna. Just this once. See? See? Surprised you, did I not? It wouldn't take very long for us to figure out all the combinations. Okay. Let's get back to this. Sorry. Oh, I think we're actually gonna have to call it early for today. Which is, I mean, I would hope that would be understandable, you know. Looks like we've finally reached the heart of these ruins. Now then, as the one amongst us who has done a fair amount of research into Darien ruins, allow me to tell you all about it. According to the notes I have, this was once a proving ground where the Darians would conduct research and tests. The great song of Kavarena we seek is at the deepest part of this facility. If we want to reach it, we'll first have to... No. You were just saying that you'd done your homework, and you're fumbling about already? Well, the makeup of these ruins really is too complicated. I doubt anyone could fully understand the principles behind the mysterious machines the Darians use just from descriptions alone. Let me see. Ah, there we go. Looks like our current position is that of the control hub for the entire proving ground. If we wish to reach the Great Song, we must first activate the entire ruin's control mechanisms. To do so, we have to solve an energy issue. Though the people of Dari are said to have been able to use the power of impurity to operate machines and master monsters, it seems that these ruins don't do so. On the contrary, it seems that they used a form of energy known as azosite. It was drawn from pure elemental energy before being formed into blocks. That means that as long as we find an energy block of this kind, we'll be able to provide energy to these cores, after which we should be able to settle any other problems with ease. That sounds troublesome. Now, if only we could simply settle this through combat. Well, let's begin then. Ah, raring to go, I see. That's my envoy's Yasnapati indeed. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm about falling asleep in my chair, so I need to get some rest. Thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope the rest of your day is a good one. Hi, Tens, and thank you